What's going on, guys? Vizais here, and today we're gonna see how the nerfs and changes will change the meta in patch 13.6. At every champion I will have recommendation on if you should play the champion or not based on how big the nerf or the buff is. Remember that on Patreon I post a new updated tier list that will be updated every second patch. By subscribing there you'll also get instant access to more than 525 coaching sessions accessible anytime. Check out the Patreon for more details. Right now I wanna do patch notes. Welcome, guys, welcome. Okay, so we're gonna start with the patch notes. Okay, let's see. So Milo is gonna be released. I wanna see his abilities. Let's see. What is this? Passive fired up. Milo's abilities in giant allies on touch, making their new spell or attack deal burst of the extra damage and burn the target. Okay, so it's basically like kind of support ability where you make your ally do more damage on the burn target. Okay, so this is the passive. It looks pretty easy to hit, honestly. It's kinda easy to hit. Is it also a knockup? It's a stun. Is the Q? Oh. Oh, this is interesting. Kick a ball that knocks back an enemy on hit. The ball bounces behind the target, damaging and slowing enemies in the area upon impact. So what is this? So Q, you knock back a little bit and then stun for a slight second, and then when it procs, you basically also get this target gets flying or something. It's very interesting. Interesting. What is this W? Cozy Campfire. Create an empowering zone that heals allies and increases attack range for those inside. So create an empowering zone that heals allies and increases attack range for those inside. Wow. It's cool. Interesting. Interesting. Milo tosses the shield to an ally, temporarily increasing their movement speed. Okay, so it's just a shield. Simple and ult. Kinda boring, honestly. Very boring kit. What is the ultimate though? Oh, this is actually pretty cool. This is pretty cool. Milo unleashes a wave of spitting flames that heal and remove crowd control effect from allies in range. This is pretty cool. This is pretty cool. That's interesting. It's like a Morgana. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, so in terms of the patch, Ashe got a little bit of a buff because they thought that they nerfed her a little bit too much. But the honest truth is that giving 5% to her passive damage is absolutely completely irrelevant. And this champion was really shit last patch. Super garbage, they nerfed her too much. I think that this is not gonna change anything. Just putting a bit of passive on them, damage passive. I think what they're gonna do, probably what they're gonna do is that they will most likely buff her next patch as well. This is super shit. Ashe is very bad champion right now. She works for competitive as an AD carry, and she's better as an AD carry than she is on support. But I think that even if you are in low elo, if you wanna play Ashe, you have other choices that you can make. Varus is a champion that is better than Ashe right now, both in terms of what you're learning in the game, in terms of climbing, what you can win with him. Jinx is also better than Ashe, so I don't think there is a reason to play Ashe right now. Aurelian Soul. So let's see what they did to him. Okay, so they get the E is gonna be nerfed. Okay, the R. So they do calibrate a little bit of the nerfs right here with these changes. I don't think these changes are gonna make him not be in the meta. I think he's still gonna be in the meta. This is a change that's gonna make Aphelios, I mean not Aphelios, Aurelian Soul balanced. I don't think he's gonna be balanced anyways. I think it's still gonna be a tier. It's still gonna be good, and I think that these changes don't really mean much. Yes, 0.25 seconds stun duration is for sure something. Yes, 150 range is something, but I think that is still gonna be, if not S tier, A tier. So I think it's still playable in, I mean, both in low elos and in high elo. I think the champ can be very, very good. Mundo, what do they do to him? So base health regeneration 6.5 to 7, health regeneration scaling 0.5 to 0.55 to 0.5. W, Heart Zephyr, recast time 1 second to 0.5 seconds. Interesting. Okay, damage to jungle monster 150 to 200. Okay, they want to make him jungle, but the thing is, I don't think that, I mean, he's gonna be fine in the jungle. I just think that there are many junglers that are just much better than him. But for example, when you play Mundo, you usually just power farm, right? And you want to play for scaling. But if you're playing low elo, I think Shyvana, yeah, Shyvana is much better. For example, if you want to play with this playstyle. And honestly, you can just pick any other full clear jungle that is better than Mundo. He's gonna be playable, especially in low elo. In high elo, probably not. Maybe he's gonna be better in the jungle, most likely. Right now, I don't think this really does anything. Yes, he's gonna be a good jungle. Well, if you like him, you can play in low elo Mundo jungle. In high elo, he's super useless, I think. Yeah, there is that. Galio. So what did they do to him? 20 to 40, 25 to 45. So they do magic damage reduction. Okay. They also get percentage per 100 bonus magic resistance. And the E cooldown is decreased. So Galio has been stuck in limbo recently. Been stuck in limbo recently and not the fun party game kind. After patch 12.10, he doesn't deal enough damage to threaten carries by himself, but he's also not durable enough to survive for multiple spell rotation. Okay, they don't say if it's mid or support, but I think this is not really gonna make any difference, because the meta on support is trash, the meta on support is Blitz, the meta on support is Nautilus, the meta on support is Rakan. Galio is very bad against all of these champions. Mid lane Galio, I mean, they buffed LeBlanc. Syndra is also meta in high elo. Galio can be an answer for this, so maybe on mid lane he can be good. I still don't recommend him. You should play Fizz. If you're low elo mid, you should play, even Vex is good. You can play so many champions that are better on mid lane. I think Galio is just a tank. I mean, yeah, I think he's okay, but I do think that there are better champions that you can play on mid lane. But if you like him, you can definitely just play him. He's not a really bad champ. He's gonna be decent after this change. Talon. Okay, so Talon, more mana, a lot more mana. 23 more mana means he's probably gonna get one more Q rotation, one more Q in the lane phase. That doesn't really make it too much difference, but it's definitely gonna feel good. Because early on you need to spam lots of W's rotations, you know, if you wanna get kills on the lane. Then the passive Blaze Send 75 to 255 to 80 to 180. Wow, this is actually very good. And then W, you also get mana cost. This is very good. So I think Talon, what was the Talon? So Talon last patch win rate was 50%, and this patch is gonna increase for sure. Yeah, I think Talon is gonna be a good champion. I think Talon was good on jungle, especially for I mean for any elo, but especially for Smurfers. Maybe not Master Plus, because in Master Plus you get a lot of things that interrupt your jump. So Master Plus, if you wanna pick Talon, you gotta pick him in good draft. But if you play in low elo and you wanna play Talon mid lane or jungle, I think he's a very, very good champion. Yeah. Vayne. Okay, Vayne was so garbage like so many patches, and right now they're trying to really do something on her. Like they basically put some passive movement speed. When she's gonna run towards you, she's gonna have 15 more movement speed, and they're gonna increase the the damage of the Q. The thing is, the damage of the Q is usually irrelevant because you're maxing W anyways. I don't think there are any situations when you're maxing Q first. Maybe you can do it against Caitlyn or against champions that you know you're gonna just need to tumble in, then go back off, and you're not gonna be able to actually procure W. But either ways, I think this changes is just very, very bad. Also, empower attack duration from 7 seconds to 3 seconds. Like, it is... Wait, what? Empowered attack duration. Why did they decrease this? Oh, I guess it's also good because you can spam your Q. You can spam your Q more. Like, you're using your Q, and for 7 seconds you couldn't use another Q. This is what it means, right? Okay, I need to test this, I think. Let me test this. Then also they put W damage. 4 to 12 to 6 to 10. Okay, so it's less in late game. But I don't think she was that good in late game anyways. Last patch. But obviously they do have the data, so they probably know that if they buff her and people will start playing her, and she's also very powerful in late game, it's gonna be GG. And everyone's gonna play her. So they nerfed her in late game and they buffed her in early game. I just don't think this is the way to do. Like, Vayne damage wasn't the problem really. What is the problem with Vayne is her low range and her super low armor base stats, low magic resist. She has, like, just give her a bit more HP or more armor, base armor, and I think she's gonna be fine. But yeah, I think this change is gonna help her. She's not gonna be played in high elo unless it's like super good draft. I think she's still a very bad champion. Compared, like, you have Jinx in the meta, why the fuck would you play Vayne? It's like, only if you like her a lot, but if you actually want to play the game at a good level, you just pick Jinx every time. Like, it just doesn't matter, man. Like, you don't want to play this champ at all. I picked Aftershock, by the way. Just want to test the Q here a bit. Let's see. Q. Yeah, so it's only 3 seconds. That's nice. Like, when I Q, it's only duration 3 seconds. So I can actually Q. It's gonna consume, and then I'm gonna be able to Q again in 2 seconds. And I think this is actually nice because in late game, when I have like 5 items, what this is gonna do is that in late, if I RQ and I don't have anything to hit, I'm gonna have Q like super often. I'm gonna have another Q like this super often. So this is actually a good change. This is actually really, really good change. This is a good change. Yeah, so this is actually a very good change for Vayne. How relevant is the Vayne buff in comparison to item sizes and nerfs? Like, she's exactly the same, better, or she's better, definitely. I didn't see the items yet. I will have to see it right now to see the nerfs. Veigar, they decrease his base health, they put less armor on him. I mean, obviously he was probably played on the bot lane. He was one of the best champion in the meta on bot lane and mid lane. He's a very good champion and many people don't play it. I don't know why. He's a very, very good champion. He still is. They buffed his late game. So I think the W nerf, it is pretty significant. But it's not gonna... Because why is it significant, the W nerf? It is because on Veigar you're maxing cage second, right? W is the ability that you're maxing third. But at the same time, I don't think this is gonna prevent Veigar from getting picked. If you're low elo and you wanna play Veigar, you should still play him. He's a very good champion still. He's not gonna be as much picked in high elo on bot lane as a mage. He's still fine, I think. He's still okay. So for low elo, you should keep playing him. Very good champ. For high elo, only when the draft allows, you can pick him. He's still fine. And yeah, I don't think this is gonna be a big of a deal. Obviously, still not gonna be in competitive. It's not gonna be seen. I think that maybe Ziggs can be good if you wanna play mages on bot lane. Syndra is kinda shit. Victor is kinda shit if you wanna play bot lane. So Ziggs is best. Swain is like kinda unplayable, and Veigar is also good. Okay, Yuumi, what do they do? So they decrease the Q cooldown. They are putting more mana on the Q, well, less mana in, well, no, more mana in the early game, more mana in the later stages. unattached missile speed is gonna be less speed if you're unattached with someone you're queuing. Enhanced missile speed is gonna be less, like they decrease the speeds. That's nice. Max range in a straight line, it's gonna be also less. And then the R is gonna be overheal. Shield duration, it's gonna be only 1.5 seconds. The shield, and then you do not get resistances on the guy that you actually sit on. I didn't hear your thoughts on the Sol nerf. He was very OP last patch in any rank. The fact that they nerf him is just gonna make him more balanced, but he's still gonna be a very good champ. So I don't think the nerfs really affect him that much. Let's see. Oh, what else? I think it's gonna be fine. Yeah, there are only 3,000 games played right now. Can know what's good and what's not. I think it's still fine. I think it's still fine so far. But yeah, we'll see. We'll have to see. Bloodthirster, 180 to 450 to 100 to 400. This is good. Bloodthirster is a very good item for AD carry. Phantom Dancer is a good item for AD carry. Even Kraken Slayer needs a nerf in my opinion. But Bloodthirster definitely. Like you play Jinx, you buy Bloodthirster. I mean even third sometimes, but you always buy it fourth. You play Caitlyn, you buy it always. You play MF, you buy it second. You play Aphelios, you buy it even first. You can buy Bloodthirster first on AD carry right now. On MF, on Aphelios, even on Aphelios you buy it second if you want. Like there are so many people that there are so many AD carries that use this item, and I do like this. I mean, I play AD carry, right? I don't like that they nerf it because I would have abused it. But they nerfed it. It was a good. I think it's fine that they nerf it. So this is actually pretty huge. It's 180 shield to 100. So they actually nerf like 80 shield. You're definitely gonna feel. Yes. To go negative. Yes. He's gonna be played by only by people that Aphelios. He's gonna be played by people that know how he works. Oh yeah, 25. Okay, this is actually huge, true. I didn't see this. This is huge. Yeah, never mind. Only players that know how to play him, you should play him. I feel Aurelian Sol is not top tier now. Natural Tooth, okay. 200 more gold. They give you ability haste as well. This is very nice. Interesting. Very interesting. How does this affect the game? Well, let's see. So, I mean, I don't think so. One mid lane, who builds this? Azir? Maybe Azir, yeah, especially after the nerfs. I guess this is fine for Azir. It's fine for Kai'Sa AP. It's fine for Kayle. It's fine for Teemo. Yeah, it's a pretty good change. 200 more gold for 15 haste. It's actually pretty good. And they also put Fiendish Codex, so they get more cooldown reduction early on. That's fine. That's fine. Navori is gonna be okay. Cooldown reduction on auto attacks, 15% of remaining cooldown to 12%. This is all good. The item was very fucking good. Any AD carry would have built it. 3% is 100% the calibration, 100% a good nerf, and it's just a balance. This is very good. Bloodline life steal per stack, 0.4 to 0.35. Okay, that's very okay. I think that's fine. Max health on 15 stacks. Okay, that's fine. I don't think I think it's a good change. Now Alacrity is gonna be an option that you can take in some situations. It's gonna be, this is actually a very good change because I feel like AD carry was such a broken role, also because of the fact that they have lifesteal and they have Bloodthirster OP, they have PD, they have Kraken Slayer, they have so many items that are very good. AD carry is like, if you're AD carry, you should be happy. There was, I think 2 days ago, in the top 3 on LOS, 3 AD carry mains. Like what the fuck? If you're AD carry and you can't climb now, you're just not good at the game. It's that simple. You're just not good. You just have to improve. Because this role is super good. Like this role is very, very good. It's very, very good. And right now with these nerfs, I mean obviously right now, Bloodthirster got nerfed, so you're not gonna buy too much. You're not gonna have the lifesteal. Also Bloodline, you're not gonna have the lifesteal. So it's definitely a nice, I can approve that. Nice gaming. Nice. Yeah, I think yeah, AD carry is not gonna be broken anymore, maybe. Attack speed for range user 30 to 54 to 24 to 54. Yeah, okay. This is definitely gonna feel bad in the early game, but honestly, AD carry shouldn't be good in the early game. So if you play Jinx and you hard stomp early, that's a problem. So it needs a nerf. That's very good. I like this change. Yeah, this is gonna make AD carry less powerful. That's all what it is. Drake changes. In patch 12.14, we buffed the reward for killing drakes to incite some early game actions after the ability update. The changes achieved this goal, but put more importance on the bottom half of the map, especially during laning phase. With the recent changes to bot lane, it's always correct to only focus attention on Dragons and bot lane. Okay, so they nerf a bit of the Drake. I see. Okay, just a little bit. I see. That's fine. That's fine. I don't think that's gonna really influence the game that much. Just 1%. I mean, I'm gonna play support and I'm gonna play for top lane anyways. No need to play for AD carries, man. Okay, Clash, normal Q, Conundrum. Okay. Blind pick experience. Okay, so they also did some calibrations on the LP gain. Right now it's not gonna be like one game 30 and the next game minus 22, minus 30 and then plus 21. They actually did a little bit of calibration. So if you didn't have a rank, let's say, and you didn't have an MMR stable, then you're basically gonna be able to get between 22 and 25. That's fine. This is all good. So this patch was very little. Not many changes. The AD carry is just not gonna be that broken anymore. Still gonna be a good role. I think Milio is gonna be. Let's see how good he's gonna be. I don't know his stats. I don't know his ability. I mean, I know his abilities. He looks okay, but I don't think he's gonna be broken. He's gonna be only good in like good drafts. But yeah, who knows? Maybe this patch is gonna bring Vayne back. And yeah, so far I think that. We're gonna see less Aurelion and Sol for sure. Ashe is still useless. Mundo is gonna be playable in the jungle for sure. Galio is gonna be playable in the mid lane. Talon, very good champion right now. Vayne, playable champion. Veigar, still very good. Yumi, still good champion, honestly. She was broken last patch anyway, so. And then, yeah, these changes for AD carry are a bit sus. But yeah, overall, this is the patch. Good.